Ooh, this music is a bop. Hello, hello, everyone. I am back after dying to the dragon, and I felt really bummed out, so I didn't play for a little bit. But I'm back, you know. Figured I should grind a bit more. And see what happens, you know. So yeah. It is too bad. It is too bad that I could have just done the dragon and called it a day, you know? But that's okay. Because had I done the dragon, what else would I do, you know? That's kind of it. Why are there so many randos? Or bots, like... I did see one time outside the Grand Exchange, somebody had all the bots. Oh, hey Goofy, how's it going? How's it going? What happened to our Fortnite game? You were super, I think your mic was off, or I don't know what happened, but have you played the new map yet? Yeah, the new Fortnite map that just dropped yesterday is pretty sick. The very first time I dropped in on it, I landed on the Peter Griffin stronghold, and I was so like, it was great. It was such a good addition. I love it. I feel like it's just so stupid it works, you know? Oh, your mic was muted. Okay. No worries, no worries. I was like, maybe you're just super shy, and that's totally fine. Glad to see you back, though. Are you a RuneScape fan? Have you ever played RuneScape? Also known as the greatest MMO to ever exist in the past 80 years. I am going to swap everything out, switch back to my training attire. Oh man, it's so good. It's like it's been around since 1999, and honestly, it's such a sandbox game. If you like Minecraft, I guess, or like games where you can kind of do whatever the hell you want to do, this is such a good game for that, because it's like you can spend hours, you know, grinding the your mining skill, or spend hours grinding your attack, or making money, or you know, it's such a do whatever you want game that I feel like I could lose myself in it for way too long, and therefore I want other people to suffer as well. And once like there's a paid members, which I've only done once, but once we open the paid members thing, it just gets bananas. There's so much to do. That yeah, it's actually just will absorb your life. So you should play it. I need need my axe and a tinderbox. Awesome. Yeah, it's like, if you've never played RuneScape before, these are all the skills on the right-hand side here. All the skills that you can just waste time in. And you get everything from like, hey, maybe you want to train your archery, which I've never done, to like, oh, you want to be a wizard? Go do something completely different. But also, you want to, you know, make your own armor? That's an option in this game, you know? It's so... oh, man, I love this game. And me personally, I've been like... this was one of the first games I was ever exposed to as a child. So... I don't know, I feel for it. It's got a special place in my heart. Oh, that happened. And it's funny to think that 10-year-old me was playing this game, and now I'm playing this game. But yeah, there's, I mean, if you're not too busy with Fortnite and the new drops, how do you feel about the medallions that drop, the shield things that give you regenerating shields in Fortnite? Because I feel like they kind of level the playing field when regular people get them, but when sweaty people get them, it's just a mess. Like, then they just might as well end the game because there's just no way to beat them. For those of you who haven't played it, the new season has basically bosses that drop special items now that will, as long as you hold them, they'll keep your shield regenerating. But the downside is they put like a permanent bounty on you for every other player in the game. So it's like a good but situation. It keeps you in fights, so I mean, if you're looking for active gameplay, like, people come and will seek you out. But I don't know, I've got mixed feelings. Like, I want to grab them when I see them, but, you know, then you're just in that kind of game. I've been on for 2 days. Yeah, it's crazy. It's, I swear, if you watch that opening sequence for the new chapter, I swear there's a Fall Guy in the first couple seconds, and I really want them to do a collab with Fall Guys. I feel like that would be the best thing, and how they haven't done that yet just boggles the mind. I mean, the fact that you can get cars now for Rocket League is its own, like, amazing thing. And they've got all these new, like, slots for stuff like instruments and stuff. So I'm curious what that's all gonna turn into. If anyone cares what I'm doing right now, I'm just making food so that when I go fight, I can just have the food to heal up so I don't have to, you know, stop fighting when I'm partway through getting more XP. Just cook all these salmons. Yeah, I'm super excited about the new season. I feel like it's going to be great, and the map feels very big. Like, the OG map felt very small. You're going to be on Rocket League later. Honestly, I've never played Rocket League. I've never played it. I'm not sure if it's in my wheelhouse. Like, I don't know if it's something that I would enjoy. But, I mean, hey, I guess you gotta try it, right? Get your Fortnite exclusive Rocket League cars. And it's hard streaming Fortnite on my PC because it gets all like, well, Goofy, you saw it. It got all weird last time I tried to stream it, so I feel like I can only stream it off my PS5, which is a hassle. I can only stream high quality content like RuneScape to you guys, which is honestly one of my favorite games ever. Yeah, there's I think there's YouTube videos, I'm sure there's got to be by now, of people like dissecting every frame in the new chapter's opening sequence to try and get, you know, a handle on what's coming up. But like, there's already, you know, Lego Fortnite. Like, that's a huge thing. I can't believe that that's happening. I want them to start releasing Lego Fortnite skins. It'll just be like, here's Lego Aragorn, you know? I'm curious how they'll take it. I mean, I'm shocked because there's so many ways that people can interact with Fortnite now where it's not just like, I remember, you know, having cousins who were, you know, kids playing Fortnite and it was, you know, a shooter, right? But now it's like, oh, I want to go to a concert. I want to go to Coachella virtually in Fortnite is a thing. And that's just so weird. Like, it's become this whole entity. And it's great because, I mean, why not have it all in one spot, right? I kind of feel like it's become more of like a hub, you know, where if you want to play the shooter, you can play the shooter. If you want to play only up, they have that. If you want to play Squid Game, they have that, you know? Like, it's crazy. It's such it's just expanding. It's wild. And I was told that there were more people that showed up for the Big Bang event than there were people on WoW ever. Apparently it's something like 40 million. And the servers almost crashed. I had a 2-hour wait time, so I just swapped over to Twitch and just watched it on someone else's stream. But yeah, welcome in. If you're new here, say hi. If you have been here before, it's a pleasure. And if you're watching the VOD, hello from the future, the past. You know, the past. Yeah, I think today I'm just, if you watch the last one, what I did was I got kind of bored partway through my grind session and decided to go and fight the dragon, who is kind of the ultimate boss of the free-to-play. He's like the last quest you should do. So I got bored, and I was like, I'm gonna go fight this dragon, and did all the like quests to get to him. and died fairly quickly because I did not have enough levels. So it was sad. It was upsetting. It's definitely a VOD you should watch, even if you just like skip to the end because it's I was so prepped for it, and that was all the fetch quests you had to do first, and I was just like, man, it's gonna be so satisfying when I kill this dragon. And I got there and just got trounced. Should add Five Nights at Freddy's on Fortnite. That would be cool. If you saw they added the Demigorgon and 11 from Stranger Things. If you play Lethal Company, they have a mod that turns one of the monsters into Freddy Fazbear, which is absolutely great. It's just great. I love it. But then he also has a mod that turns him into Goku, which I think is more funny, so I use that one. But yeah, that would be awesome if they did. Actually, if you go into some of their creator islands, I know there is stuff that's like horror themed. So they probably have a Five Nights at Freddy's thing. I know they have an observation duty thing. Which is, and they do have like a prop hunt thing, which as well, which is like, again, it's so far removed from being a shooter, But yeah, I'm a sucker for the skins and all that. If there's an option to buy a fancy skin, I will buy it, It's one of those things where it's like, what do you spend your hard-earned money on? Fortnite skins. Am I proud of it? Yes. They've got one in there right now that's I think it's supposed to be Rudolph, but it's like anime girl Rudolph, and it's just so weird. And she's got like one red eye, so I think it's anime girl Rudolph, and she's got antlers. And I think they just decided to make Rudolph into an anime girl for Christmas. And you know what? It's all right. I like it. I'm down with it. I'm here. It was fantastic. But I'm going to grind later to get the Peter Griffin skin because that would be hilarious. If you haven't seen him in game, Goof, if you haven't seen him, he when you drop him, he does the like holding his knee animation, like he like for as long as he's knocked down while you take out his squad. It's so funny. And I'm surprised you don't actually have to max out the battle pass to get him. I think it's only like level 70. I thought that would be their top hit, their top hitter would be Peter Griffin. But like, they could collab with anyone. They could, at this point, Fortnite's such a powerhouse. They could be like, hey, because they've got, Marvel, they've got, so essentially Disney, right? Star Wars, Don't steal my kills. Don't steal my experience, guy here. Like, there's not really a limit on what they can do, and I think that's awesome. Like, they could, honestly, they could probably do like a Disney Island, like Welcome to Disneyland in Fortnite. I'm not saying I go to it, but I mean, that's probably an option for them. Chaos runes. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, sorry, I'm talking about Fortnite a lot in a RuneScape stream, which I guess this is the equivalent of like a just chatting stream. Maybe I should just do that. Um, yeah, so Chaos runes, they're good for like mid-level magic. And so one of the skills you can actually get is making your own runes instead of having to buy them all the time, which is so cool. I'm not going to bother with mind runes because those are low-level magic and I've grown beyond it. I've grown more powerful than you can ever imagine. Not powerful enough to kill a dragon, mind you. Yeah, I am just really excited about the new Fortnite season, so I apologize in advance. I think when I do finish like the free-to-play quests, I will get members and I will start doing that. There's no point buying members before you've kind of cleared out free-to-play. You've just increased an attack level, yes. Yeah, because even if you get to like if you get to members, it's just like, okay, but you can't do any of the quests until you've got, level bajillion in attack. So I might as well, earn that now. But it's annoying because for some stuff, like there's stuff like what is it, hunting? Hunting, yeah, hunting and slayer and all that. You need members to level up. To even like start leveling up. So there's some stuff it's just like, yeah. Once you get to members, you basically have to start over. Everything you think you're this OP player, and then it's like, oh, not in members worlds. Peter's wife? Peter's wife is in the game? If so, I haven't seen her yet. There's like a few of them that have the medallions, and I know Peter's one of them. But I haven't seen the wife, Lois, yet. It'd be funny if she was in the game, but I kind of doubt it. I mean, they put the Futurama people in there. Like, they put Fry and Leela. So, it's possible. It's possible. Honestly, if I could make a list of all the characters that should be in the game. But they've done so many crossovers. Like, I'm almost thinking, what haven't they used yet? What haven't they crossed over yet, It reminds me kind of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, where they've just got, every franchise involved at this point. Even JRPGs that, like, nobody's heard of. It's fantastic, right? It's just like, but I don't think they could ever make another Super Smash Bros. Now because they've kept this one out by involving absolutely everyone, right? I mean, that's kind of what Fortnite is. There's never going to be a Fortnite 2. It's kind of like Fortnite's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. Which I like. And it doesn't get old is the thing too. Oh, there you are. Like, yeah, you can kind of like you know what, I played enough for today. I think I'm gonna put down the remote, right? But then it's not like some games I play and then, you know, I beat them or whatever, and I shelve them and never play them again. But Fortnite's always like, oh, there's something new, there's something interesting happening, you should come back, you know? Like, it's pretty cool. There are, and this is what gets me, and I'm a sucker for the exclusive skins and stuff. There's some Spider-Man skins that I see, and I'm just like, I've never seen you before. Where's the Spider-Man skin? I want it. You know? One in particular is the, it's like the reverse of black suit Spider-Man. So it's white with like a black spider in the middle. And it looks so cool. But I've never seen it. Like the only ones that have come out recently are like Spider-Man Zero. Yeah, it's similar. It's similar to the Gwen Stacy one, but not like she doesn't like. There's no hood. There's no ballerina tights. You know, it's just think black suit Spider-Man, where he's got, you know, it's just black with the white symbol, white spider, and then inverse the colors, and that's what it is. And it's like again from like a niche Spider-Man arc. But even though it's niche, it still managed to find its way into Fortnite of all places. Hey, where are we going? Where are we going? But if you're wondering what I'm doing here in RuneScape, I'm just kind of... These guys are decent for grinding because I like the ability to do multiple skills at once instead of just one. So like there's a fishing spot here. I can cut down some trees to make a fire. So I can cook. You know, it's so that way I can level up, you know, multiple skills at once. So there's a wood cutting, fishing, cooking, and I'm attacking. So it's a lot of the skills at once, not just one at a time. American Dad. I've never seen American Dad, I'll be honest with you. My jam was always kind of either Family Guy or Futurama, which they're both now incorporated. I absolutely love Futurama. Mostly because Futurama is like, yeah, it's funny and it does, you know, the classic adult humor thing. But then on some of the episodes, it'll turn around and give you like the saddest stuff, like the saddest content. And it's just, you know, like the puppy episode. I don't care about spoilers because if you haven't seen it by now, it's like 15 years old. So that's on you. But like, the premise is they find Fry's dog from, you know, he's fossilized. And they plan to bring him back to life, you know, with their future tech. And then it turns out that, you know, when they're about to bring him back to life, it turns out that he lived, you you know, years after Fry got frozen. So Fry's like, oh, don't bring him back to life because he clearly had a full life after me, and you know, he's okay. He doesn't need to come back, right? He lived a good life, and he probably doesn't even remember me. And they're like, oh, okay. And then it does a flashback to this freaking dog, and I swear, the feelings it gives you, because this dog, it turns out his whole life he's just waiting for Fry to come back. He spent his whole life just waiting for Fry to come back. And it just hits you. It hits you right in the feels, and it's so sad. And the way they can just transition from one to the other is like peak performance. So when like, cause they just rebooted it to have an 11th season on Disney Plus. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. American Dad, I feel like maybe I should give it a chance. The alien kind of reminds me of the alien from Destroy All Humans. Which, by the way, is another fantastic game. I don't know, when I first heard of it, I thought it was kind of like... And maybe it was just kind of like popping off because of a Family Guy, like a Family Guy spin-off. Not spin-off, copy. I was like, oh. Because it came out at the height of Family Guy, right? Family Guy was taken off, and then suddenly, oh, there's another one. But maybe I need to give it more credit. You're right. Where are some other good shows, you know? They tried to reboot that 70s show into that 90s show. It was alright. It wasn't terrible. I think, because that 70s show is amazing as well. I think if they made more of that 90s show, I'd watch it. I'd be down for that. Come here, let me slap you with this sword. See, another reason I like this game is because it didn't, like, they've made RuneScape 3, which is all, you know, done up graphically and stuff, and, you know, current gen graphics and stuff, but they kept this around to be like, hey, we know you guys liked this style, so we're, you know, if you want to play on this style still, that's an option. The fact that they did that is just, you know, it's so nice of them, because there are people out there like me who don't want to play on current gen graphics because we're playing for nostalgia, right? So it's super satisfying to see that they didn't, you know, that they didn't totally take the game and shut it down, right? What are some other games? There's if you like Undertale, if you like Guitar Hero, there's a really good game called Everhood. I might stream it. It looks like it's not watched a lot on Twitch. I checked out the category, it's got like 15 followers. But I mean, it makes sense. No one's probably ever heard of it. But it's like a mix of Guitar Hero and Undertale. And the way you fight battles is by like playing through songs and either catching their song or catching the notes like when they come at you, like in Guitar Hero. And it's so good. I think, and that story is actually really well done. Oh, there's Barb right here. It's funny that what the heck is that guy? Level 114. Ooh, La Runes. Hello. Thank you. I think it's funny that all the stuff like American Dad and Family Guy and you know all that stuff is on Disney Plus of all places. I think that's crazy. Like you go to Disneyland and are they gonna make, Meg a Disney princess? It's it's just funny of all the platforms to pick it up, that's Disney Plus picking it up. Like, oh, I have my Disney Plus subscription to watch my Family Guy, But yeah, I guess Fox is Disney, right? So yeah, I will probably play Fortnite later. Um, Possibly off stream. I'm thinking off stream just because it was hard to figure out how to stream it, like from the PC, getting the little like my DaVinci going and everything. So I might do it off stream. But yeah, I'd be down to play like, more if you want to play more. I'll show you my Rudolph skin. Um, but yeah, I'm thinking before I go back to the dragon, I should probably get my attack, strength, and defense up to 40 a piece. So that way I can, actually land some hits. Because last time I did not. I did not do too hot. And there are some other... So these quests that are... The green quests are ones I've done. The red quests I haven't done. And the reason I haven't done some of these quests is because they're just huge fetch quests. They're just one long fetch quest after another. Yeah, perfect. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I do plan on streaming for a bit. Just doing a little RuneScape stream, Just enjoying myself, but yeah, maybe later. Play some Fork Knife. But yeah, there are so many quests I'm just kind of like, or even if you watch the Dragon Slayer one, I was just running back to the same place 2-3 times, back and forth and back and forth. And I almost stopped like partway through the Dragon Slayer quest because I was just like, this fetch is annoying, right? But yeah, I know. See, members quest is just like so many. There's like hundreds of new quests. I don't know what the Corsair curse is. That one might be Captain Talk. Yeah, I don't know what that one is yet. The other ones I'm very familiar with, but That's a bit of a new one. It's cool too that they let you buy membership with in-game currency now. So basically, if you're good at the game, you can become a member for free, which is awesome. Which is what I plan on doing. But I mean, it's a browser game. So if anyone wants to play this game, it's a browser game. You don't need any kind of Steam or crazy graphics card to play it, obviously. Highly recommend. Highly recommend. And if you need help with anything, you let me know. I will come on and help you through RuneScape. You know? That would be fun. Can you imagine having just like having a crew, a RuneScape crew? I mean, I'll help you as much as a level 49 free player can help you. Yeah, there's stuff like farming in members, so like, if you just want to play this like Stardew Valley, you know, and just grow your own little plot of land, because when you're a member, you get your own like house, okay? Your own little home, and you get seeds and all this stuff. Like, it turns into a farming simulator. Stardew Valley. It turns into Stardew Valley if you want to take it that way. Because, you know, you don't have to, but if that's kind of what you want to do, then that is a legitimate gaming strategy, you know? And then you just become a farming main. Which I think is actually relevant once you get, you know, I'm sure it is for some of the quests and members because there's so many. But it's almost like, hey, you might as well level all these up to 99 before you get members because you're going to need them. Like, there are things like rune crafting. It's only useful for you know, for a certain part. I think I've actually hit the cap. Like, if I keep leveling up in free play, I can make more runes at a time, but I can't make new runes. Like, I can't go the fancier runes until I've got members, which is kind of sad. So it kind of dissuades me from leveling it up more. Oh, it's very, I don't want to say similar to World of Warcraft, but it's an MMO, right? It's an MMO. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun in that, like, yeah, you can take it whatever you want to, you know. There are dungeons, there are like trials, there are, yeah, okay. I see what you mean. It's kind of like World of Warcraft. In the sense that you can become addicted to it and lose yourself. Apparently that was a big thing when it was, because it was kind of the first of that, this and EverQuest were like the first MMOs, bar none. And I guess they had a huge problem in the early 2000s with like people at work, just because it's a browser game, so they just log on and just be playing it at work, which is hilarious. Grinding, grinding, getting that level up. And it's only funnier because back then they didn't have as much content, right? So they were grinding for basically half the content that they have, if that, you know. And you can look at it. You can look at what it was like at the beginning, and just Google it. At the beginning, you had like 5, you know, it was like 2D. Come here, you little Barb. It was like a 2D PNG file moving across the screen. It was just like so low quality, but low quality for us, right? Low quality for us. And it's hilarious to think that was like, people were playing that at work, you know, risking their jobs to play this, you know, low quality 2D PNG guy running across the screen. But hey, you know, teach their own, teach their own. Now we got like virtual reality and all kinds of good stuff like that. VR games. Like, do you guys remember as kids and your parents would be like, don't sit too close to the TV or you'll go blind? And now it's like, okay, put this phone three you know, inches from your face, and it's gonna blast a whole bunch of strobing lights at you, and that's fine. No doctors will come out and say anything that that's a bad idea. Oh, see, now more people are coming here to fight, so I don't like it when people start taking my spot, because then it starts getting annoying. I can't get the experience I want fast enough. Also, I'm purposely not wearing armor so I get hit, so I can eat the food, so I can get more food. And also move faster. Ooh, so close. So close to that level up. Bring it home, bring it home, bring it home. Actually, how close? I won't get with this person. 29. 25. Alright, the next guy will give me a level up. It's funny, there we go. It's funny how games can get like super complicated and in-depth, and you know, and they can be great, but then you can get just as much enjoyment out of like a simple, you know, simple sandbox game. Yeah, you know, your parents would be like, "That's terrible for you. Your eyes are gonna melt out of your face. You're gonna need glasses. We're gonna have to, you know. And now it's just like, no, it's fine. It's, you know, just strap it to your head, and let's not, you know, think too much about it. Quit asking questions, you know. Buy our product. Especially with things that like strobing lights and stuff, you know, that was a big thing. But then think about like Beat Saber, where it's literally strobing lights coming at you at massive speeds, right? It's exactly what we were told was a terrible idea. I feel like if they're gonna make another generation of what was I saying, a Pokemon or something, that it would be amazing if they made it in VR. Like you're actually in the Pokeverse. Because I think Nintendo is working on a new console. But I think that's what they should do. As you know, as someone who has huge sway over what they do, they should totally make a VR Pokemon game. Or at very least, another Legends game. Because Arceus was amazing. Arceus was so good. Just in the like free roam. I like how Nintendo's been doing more free roam kind of games. Like they're not all winners, mind you, but like that's good stuff. It's engaging. It's, you know, it's kind of what you make of it. I love those games. Like, obvious example, Breath of the Wild, right? You can just go do the main quest and then go be Ganon, right? That's super easy. Or, you know, you can, like, dive deeper and, you know, find out that there's actually way more levels to the game, you know? Not just shrines, but, like, oh man, so-and-so has problems, and then you solve those problems and suddenly there's, like, this huge mystery. I think that's fine. That's fine gaming. But then they did like Sonic Frontiers, which was kind of a I don't think Sonic ever meant to go that way. But they had to try. They had to try, you know? But that wasn't Nintendo, that was Sega. But still. Everyone just doing the open world thing. And for the most part, it works. I'm trying to think of some other open world games that... You got Zelda, Sonic. Oh yeah, obviously you got like Elden Ring. Yeah, I remember as a kid as a kid, me and my brother had Game Boys, right? And it was like, you darn kids, go to bed. You got school tomorrow. Go to bed. And then we bought little lamps that you could attach to the top of your Game Boy to like keep playing in the dark. And so we didn't tell our parents that we had these. So then you'd go to bed and then you'd be like under the covers playing your little crappy Game Boy games, playing Pokemon Red with your Game Boy lamp, which is just, so funny. It's so funny. I remember they used to, where I live anyway, they used to, after Pokemon came out, the very first one, Pokemon Red Blue, um, they actually held contests in like malls, and if you won, they'd give you, you know, they'd have things like rare candies that they'd trade you, or they'd give you, if you won first place, you get like a mythical Pokemon or Mew, right? And because no one at the time, because the internet had, barely existed, no one could really nail down how to get Mew properly. So it was this big thing that if you had Mew, you told people that was a status symbol. You were clearly the best of the best if you had a Mew in your party. Yeah, Nintendo. I remember one like Nintendo showed up at a mall and um, they set up an N64 Pokemon Stadium, and then it was like, okay, step on up if you can beat our like resident champions, our employee guys, you'll win yourself a little prize, right? And then they like had a projector or the equivalent of a projector for the time period. And it was like this huge deal because, at the time too, you'd never seen Pokemon battles in 3D. It was crazy. But now we all know that there's like a secret trick to getting Mew that's legit, that isn't the truck thing that everyone talks about. Stupid truck thing. And I didn't know this, but apparently, if you had a Game Boy printer, which was like, I mean, why would you have that? It's, whatever. I don't really know what game you would get that for or why a kid would buy that thinking it's fun. No shame if you did, but apparently if you had that and you caught all the Pokemon in Pokemon Red or Blue, you could actually get someone in the game to print you off a certificate saying that you caught them all. And I guess you could frame that and hang it on your wall, Show everyone just how cool of a gamer you are. Yeah, there we go. Once I get, we'll see what happens after Christmas because right now my setup is kind of minimalistic, and I'm hoping after Christmas, and I'm thinking that might be why Fortnite's so hard to run on here. But I'm thinking after Christmas, I can invest in like a better setup and kind of play around with it a bit because yeah, I can run like this and other kind of basic games without issue, but like I tried streaming DVD a couple days ago, and because running OBS, DVD, and it would just, oh man, it melted my computer. My computer's like, what do you think you're doing? Trying to be a pro streamer? Who are you? Mr. Beast? I had to apologize. I said no, I'm not. I'm not Mr. Beast, you're right. But yeah, if I could do that, I'm thinking of getting what was it? Getting a thing to stream from my Switch and then playing games off my Switch. Because I feel like that would be fun. Like Mario Party and stuff. Hoorah. Yeah, some Zelda. Some Zelda would be fun. Yeah, that's the thing too, right? It was all word of mouth. It was like, and that's why the Mew under the truck thing was such a big thing, because everyone was like telling me 100% it was there, it had to be, and it wasn't. And then everyone, no one found it, right? But yeah, the glitch, you got 99 Master Balls, all that, it was all like hushed whispers on the playground. Or like sleepovers at your friends, and it'd be like, wow, show me this, like, so show me the secret, or how far did you get, or, you know, discussing trades and who was gonna get what and what they'd get in real life as, collateral. Yeah, there's a big festival where I am that happens almost every year, and I do remember that, like, um pretty early on when Pokemon had like just started, a lot of the prizes for like the carnival stuff, I remember them being like Pokemon related, and like Pokeballs and Pokemon and like a Mewtwo alarm clock or a Mewtwo thing or whatever, right? And I can I can I can only imagine what those would be worth now. Like, say you won them and you kept them in their box, like pristine. Can you imagine? That would be, you'd just be made. You'd just be made. And that's crazy to think about, right? If you had that kind of foreknowledge. Oh, the sandwich lady. Hi. Hold on, let me kill this lady, and then I'll get my sandwiches. Yeah, this game's almost like it's not quite an idle game, but depending on what you're doing, it probably could be. You look hungry to me. Have a bread roll. Bread roll. Hey, I didn't say you could have that. Fine. I guess I won't have the bread roll. But yeah, there's a few game designs I really, if you tell me that this game design exists in a game, chances are I will probably buy it regardless of what it is. And like one of those, what I mean by that is like if you tell me that there's a game like Doki Doki Literature Club, where on the surface it looks all happy and stuff, but then there's like the dark underbelly. I've seen a few of those games now, and I love it. I devour those games. They are so good. Where it's like, what is actually happening? You don't really know, and you almost have to play it again because it's like, was there really? Was it like, could I have seen this the whole time? Like, kind of like the big plot twist games, you know? Any game where that is happening, or like Undertale, where, in the 11th hour, kind of the rules change. I don't want to spoil that if you haven't played Undertale, but also go play Undertale. Undertale. Um, yeah, anything like that. Those games are so amazing to the point where I played based off just like someone telling me the briefest of explanations. I played this game called Everybody Wham Wham about a snowman building contest. I won't tell you what the catch is, but if you have the time, I tell you it's like the game is like an hour long. It's ridiculous, but if you want just like a change of pace, go play Everybody Wham Wham. It's it'll blow your mind. Yeah, Doki Doki was good. Doki Doki was like, luckily I got into Doki Doki before anyone could ruin it for me. I was super excited, and I played through it like every possible ending. Oh, don't use Game Shark. Come on, you gotta legitimately get the Pokemon. Like for Mew, I'm pretty sure for Mew, the exploit. Like he's in the game, and it's funny because the guy actually, the designer who put Mew in the game, actually comes out and says that he snuck Mew in the game, right? But the actual way to get Mew is like, you gotta fly away from that guy who's teaching you how to catch Pokemon, and then you've got to like fight a trainer on some bridge somewhere, and then you got to fly away from him too, and then Mew shows up. Like what the actual thing is, I don't know. I think it's like a mix of the game not knowing what to do, so it just inserts the last Pokemon on the list, which is Mew. I think that's how it goes. I don't know what the specifics are behind it. But it's pretty cool. Oh, my cooking's level 50. I can make chocolate cakes. Though they didn't help me a whole lot last time. I tried using a friend's Game Shark, but like, I didn't really understand how to use it. So I was like, kind of like And I was worried that would like corrupt my save. I didn't want to do that. So it's kind of like, back up, guy, back up. I'm gonna keep my run vanilla, you know? Or I had a buddy who was really good at Majora's Mask and could like speed run it. And we're talking the days before, you know, that was a thing. And he knew how to like he could hook shot to, you know, chests and stuff that, you know, basically let you skip the dungeon. And he could probably do the whole thing in like I'd say 3 or 4 cycles. Whatever the minimum amount is. I know you can't do it in one cycle, but he was doing things out of order, he was doing things he was getting masks that like he shouldn't have been able to get way too soon, right? And it was cool. But then I asked him, I was like, but don't you want to play the game how it was meant to be played? You know, like that's good and all. But, you know, and he said that he couldn't really get into it anymore because after playing it, you know, the way he played it, he didn't feel like he could just have the patience to go through it the actual way. And I thought that was kind of sad because the story of Majora's Mask is really good. And to just not be able to play through it the way it was meant to be played kind of sucks. There's my hot take. Like if you're going to, I feel like if you're going to Game Shark your way up, even, not I don't care so much about like duping items and stuff, but like you should at least try, I think, play it the way it's intended first, and then mess around with it. Like, of course they're like, but that's you know that's games with a story. Games like Lethal Company, where there is basically no story yet, but there's a ton of mods out already. Those ones I say, you know, mod yourself up, do it, go crazy, right? Dress as Waluigi. Get out there, you know, be a great asset. But even I'd say too, right down to like um Pokemon, you know, like yeah, you could just kind of get a bajillion rare candies and call it a day, you know. But I mean, do you want to? Do you want to really? I don't know. I personally don't think that's fun. I won't even get into the whole like you paid money for this argument because it's not just about money. It's you know the enjoyability level, right? I don't know. I don't like. I didn't know I had such strong opinions on this, but they, here we go. Yeah, okay, but like I was playing Resident Evil. Infinite ammo. Yeah, so the thing with Resident Evil, at least with 2 that I'm aware of, is that you can actually soft lock yourself in terms of like if you run out of ammo and you've saved at the wrong spot, you can full on like not you cannot progress any farther because, you know, it's you'll have saved and there's no more ammo caches before you get to the boss or whatever, you know? There are ways to soft lock yourselves in those games, which is understandable. I guess infinite ammo is not going to hurt anyone. I guess. I guess. Whichever the one with frick, which Resident Evil had Nemesis in it? I forget. My mind is drawing a blank. But if you saved, I remember again, this was word of mouth, right? My friend showed me that if you saved all your rockets for the first Nemesis encounter, you could actually, instead of running away from him, which was the game intended you to do, you could hang out and just like, if you kicked his ass with rocket launchers, he'd drop a ton of ammo. And then, you know, I can't remember if he shows up again afterwards, but like at the next time you're supposed to run away from him. But if you can actually kill him, like he's a beatable enemy in those encounters. I remember, and this is like a huge, honestly, a catalyst for my life. And you can ask people, and they will tell you this is what happened. Um, I was a kid, and my grandparents, wanting to be cool, got a PS2, and they got 2 games to go with the PS2, right? And so that when we went over there, we'd have something fun to do, right? And they got The Incredibles as a PS2 game, which was fun, and they got Kingdom Hearts. And if you don't know what Kingdom Hearts is, it's a Disney Final Fantasy cross, and playing that game took me down the rabbit hole of Kingdom Hearts, and my love for Kingdom Hearts stuck around for like way too long. Way too long. Like I was, you know, up until, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 came out recently in the past few years, you know. And I was excited about it. I beat it, and that was the conclusion of that like story arc. And I was like, you know what? I've got to move on. I can't stick around for another story arc of Kingdom Hearts because it's going to last another 20 years. And I don't want my life to just be a Kingdom Hearts rally. And I think if my grandparents hadn't got Kingdom Hearts 1 as just a random game, they probably saw it and they're like, "Oh, Disney, my kids will love it." You know? If they hadn't done that, my life might have gone very differently. And they have no idea. They have no idea how they changed me. Maybe I wouldn't have even been into video games. But the fact that it was like, it was Disney, so, you know, my parents were cool with it. But then it was like edgy because it was Final Fantasy, and I could say I was playing a Final Fantasy game, you know? It was like, ooh, that's so cool. Yeah. Yeah, I wonder. I do wonder because it's. Oh. was a point, yeah, there was a point where I was going to get like a Kingdom Hearts tattoo. I got talked out of it. Oh, music change. Kingdom Hearts was good. It was good. But if you don't like the most convoluted stories to ever enter your mind hole, do not play it. Don't get into it. Don't look at it. Because it is so damn complex. There's a video on here where another streamer tries to explain the story of Kingdom Hearts from 1 to like before 3, and he had to, like, he says he tries to do it in like a half an hour, and he says his friend tried to explain to him and it took 8 hours. Because Kingdom Hearts, it's not just 1, 2, 3, even though those are like the main titles. It actually has like a whole bunch of sub games that are literally on every single platform. You know, they were on the PS Vita, they were on the Game Boy Advance, they were on the 3DS, they were on, you know, it crossed over into every domain. And everyone was relevant to the story. Oh, nice. Alright, so switching to strength now. Hey. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts, and they re-released, so even if you didn't play it on the bajillion of different platforms that it released on, they re-released like an HD compilation of all of the games on the PS4, PS5, and holy. But what they did for that was they turned a couple of games into just like cinematics, because they were just super convoluted, and it would be really hard to translate them, I think, but a bit of the story was relevant, so they kept it as basically a cinematic. And it was oh man, it's so cringy, you know. And near the end they came out with like a mobile game that again is critical to the next arc. I don't know why they're doing this. I feel like they're doing it just to bother everyone. Because why can't they just release it all on the same platform, or like something? Because I don't want to play the mobile, like, and it's a multiplayer mobile game, you know? I want to play that to get to the end, which I don't think they're at the end yet. Just to find this little bit of story before they release the next one. Yeah, those are some classic Final Fantasy, Donald Duck, you know, Goofy. Those are some good ones. I like them. think it's just funny seeing that, like, that's what happened due to, you know, one franchise just exploding and deciding. I'd love to hear someone on the development team tell me why. Why did they decide to just like shotgun the franchise onto every single platform? What was the draw? What was the feeling there, you know? I don't get it. But you know what? I really did enjoy it. And Birth by Sleep, which was basically a prequel, it was more Final Fantasy and less Disney, even though you went to like Disney areas still. I have to say that was like, it was so edgy. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, if you don't like a complex story, and even if you've played it, like Goof, you played it, go watch Barry and his Kingdom Hearts summary. It's so funny because Barry has never played a Kingdom Hearts game ever. And so somebody who's never played it trying to explain it is, it's great. It's hilarious. I love it. He just doesn't get what's going on at all. And there's plot holes, but I mean, like, it's a game. What do you want, you know? So the thing I didn't like about Chain of Memories, is that the majority of it is a repeat of Kingdom Hearts 1, right? It's the same story. You're just, oh no, I've got amnesia, so I've got to do it again. I didn't like that too much. Like, the deck building mechanic was good. Essentially playing poker, you know? The deck building mechanic was good. I didn't like that it's a new game, but aside from occasional Organization 13 shenanigans, you're visiting the same worlds, and you're doing kind of the same stuff. The exception being that Riku and the whole another side, another story part of it was worth it, right? I thought that was worth it. Because then you get a little more story, and then you get a little more story about Riku, who up until that point I feel like was not very well represented. Like, he didn't have a lot of his own goings on, and it kind of fleshed him out as a character more. And then what was the other one? The one in the computer. There was another one in the computer where, like, it was a rehashing of Kingdom Hearts 1. And you just had to do all the worlds again, but with a slightly different mechanic. And I was just, at that point, when that one was coming out, and that was after Kingdom Hearts 2. When that came out, I was kind of like, okay, I feel like I'm on the last straw of my Kingdom Hearts life. Because I can only drag Sora through Traverse Town a handful of times. But with the HD remakes, they had all the like secret bosses that were only on the Japanese versions ported, so then that kind of made that up for it. But yeah, you know. Thing is, you play it the whole thing a bunch just to get the little bit of dopamine and little story at the very end that's like, oh, and this is going to be useful moving forward that you need to know for Kingdom Hearts 3. But like, Kingdom Hearts 2 was amazing. Kingdom Hearts 2 I loved, and played through it till I had like it down to a science. Let's eat some fishes. All right. I think Kingdom Hearts as well was my introduction to basically a lot of the Final Fantasy characters that I wasn't aware of. All right. Yes, if you're just coming in, we just were talking trash about Kingdom Hearts. No, we're just talking about how complicated the story is. Um, I'm doing a really chill stream today, just kind of grinding up my levels. And if you check out my VODs, I recently just got trashed by the dragon in the Dragon Slayer quest. I was not prepared, so I'm leveling up a little bit before we go back and destroy it. Feel free to say hi. I'm kind of a new streamer, so I'd love to have, some people to interact with and just chill, talk to. Um, we just kind of, this super chills, just kind of talk about whatever. I've literally covered so many things today, I feel like. Talking about different types of game genres and different types of, um, yeah, RuneScape being, one of the primary, the best MMO to ever be played ever. Yeah, we basically covered how games have evolved over the past couple years, decades. And Goof, I will say I felt kind of let down by Kingdom Hearts 3. I felt a little let down. I was super excited for it. It was 10 years in the making or whatever. And then, it was just such a I felt it was more cinematic than gameplay. It was more cinematic than gameplay, and then the part that was gameplay in the last, 10 seconds of the game, it was one, like could only really be enjoyed if you played the host of other games that came before, on every other platform. And then two, it also touched on the mobile game, which was annoying. So, yeah, mixed feelings. I was kind of like, ugh, that's frustrating. But I see how they were trying to set it up for the new arc, which was okay. They've got to keep it going. I get it. It's going to be, you know what? You know what they're doing? They're making it the new Final Fantasy, where they're just going to, like, there's just always going to be another game coming out. Doesn't even matter. There will always be another. Okay, I think that might be stream for today. I think I'll leave it off there. So yeah, if you guys wanna um, come hang out, come chill with me next time. Might play some Everhood later, and maybe play some Fortnite off stream. Yeah, and then I will chat with you guys around. I hope you all have a great week.